They're afraid you won't take the news well. Someone is obsessed with watching you. You might not even be in contact with them, but they feel like somehow you've been in contact. That's because you've been on their mind. Never gonna give you up. But there was a dead end here. And really, this person didn't become obsessed until the dead end happened. And I'm just getting a sense of sort of like a fake relationship in their mind. Because I think what happens sometimes is, limerence is one thing. You can look that up if you want to. It's just sort of like having a version of someone in your head that you've built up that it's not even realistic, but you're like, it's like a crush basically. And if you were really with that person, it probably wouldn't be like that. But also, just the fact that you're probably, really, most of you, you're not in contact, and this person thinks of you that much, like it's like you always feel close to them. They just can't stop thinking about you. If they would just get a different obsession, it would be different. But what happened was you cut them off and it made them obsessed. People want what they can't have, some more than others. But that's what happened. I'm going to be honest with you. That's what happened. Like, somehow you cut them off, maybe gave them many chances and finally cut them off after a long period. I don't know. That's you know the answer to that question. It's different ways it's going to resonate. This is from the Spill Tea Oracle deck. Path unknown. Keeping up appearances. What? They're very confused about their life right now, making it look like everything is okay. They're very confused. Like, this might be someone you haven't even thought about in a while. And it might have just started. Like, it might have just, it's very recent for some, not for everybody. This could actually be going on for years, but just quietly. And maybe just recently you saw the person and, maybe they said something that was weird. New alliances, okay? New alliances will bring you support and opportunities. That kind of makes me think it's a new thing that came along. Now it could be somebody from the past who you hadn't thought about you in that way. Okay, I was gonna say you rebuffed their advances, basically. Unspoken tensions, yeah. Tensions lurk beneath the surface, especially if you've rejected them. Loyal or not, double standards. Someone is testing your loyalty. Double standards. What's funny is what loyalty to what? Loyalty to what? That's what I mean. I kind of feel like they're in a fake relationship with you. Sorry to tell you that, because that's a weird thing to say. They're trying to test if you would be loyal. Maybe that's what it is. I think what it is, it's not necessarily that they're like obsessing in a fake way. Well, I mean, I think it could border on that, but without people realizing it. I think people get that much into like this dreamland, and I do think that I can just tell from the stuff people say to me. I think they're running over various scenarios before they come in, because they do want to come in and make a new alliance, a new friendship, something new. They want to wipe the slate clean with you. They don't know how. And here's the thing. I really think that it's limerence. Like I said, I just don't think it's realistic. It's like, it's also just kind of immature. Everything is energy. Okay, your spirit already told you. Peacemaker, positivity. I also get the feeling this person's very sort of wishy-washy as far as flipping hot to cold. Like, let's say you really reject them. Let's say they come in and you reject them. They may take an angry turn and then that's when you play peacemaker. Look, your spirit's already telling you. I'm telling you this not to scare you, because there's really nothing to be scared of. But what I mean is, it's something to be aware of. I'm just confirming your intuition. You already know. They just don't have a real high emotional intelligence score, if that makes sense. I really think if you don't live up to their standards, which are impossible, okay, like double standard, like higher than the standards they'd set for themselves, if you didn't live up to their standards, they would flip. I've seen it happen. Look, I'm getting reminded of stuff people have said to me, like, especially, look, and this is for this reading. A few years ago on Facebook, there was a guy who, I mean, he was just kept commenting on everything, and you could tell on this side of it, like, which ones will go away, which ones are serious, which ones you should be afraid of at times, okay? And I don't really want to go in detail about who he was or anything. I'm just going to say he scared me because he just wouldn't take no for an answer. It was just somebody who kept commenting on stuff. And it was someone real. It wasn't some spammy person. It was a real person who was looking for his lover, his soulmate. And he just thought I was that, basing me off of just these videos that aren't really me. I mean, it's me, but it's me a small percentage of the time. You know what I mean? And it's just a little bit scary when people do that. And I had to do a few videos to just sort of let him down, and others, because I saw it going on with a few people. And I mean, people who really were trying to take measures anyway. And I've been through things where that went to real life. Okay. I got some trauma associated with that before you think I'm crazy. No, I know signs to look for. Okay. And all the signs were there of just not being a healthy thing. Well, he just finally stopped. Like, I did one video. I'm like, okay, I'm going to burst his bubble and talk about some stuff he's not going to like. Because it just scared me and triggered me, honestly, because and it's not just him, but there's something about this one person who I should have just blocked right away. But sometimes you block a person and going to come right back, and that makes it a bigger problem, you know? So I just kept hiding comments. I would say stuff like, I'm not the great person you think I am. You know, you might not like me in person. Oh, yes, I would love you. And let's not go there. Finally, one day I did this one video. I'm like, look, I know this is going to upset him, but you know what? He left my page. He never came back after this one video I made about how I feel about relationships. I don't regret that, because things were getting weird. Now I'm sorry that I had to bring that up, because I do feel like it goes along with this reading. The energy of someone who they could be intelligent, but lonely. Like this person I'm talking about, very intelligent, had a smart person job, but I could tell was lonely. And that's the problem. Desperation, loneliness, that can make a person switch that on, I think. It really can. These days, especially. Look, people's brains rewire for the better or worse after they spend time alone. And certain people, like that guy I just mentioned, had a job that he spent a lot of time alone. And I think that was the problem. It was a highly technical, specialized job, but he spent a lot of time alone. And I think and that could be what's going on here too. I also just explained to you why I don't like showing my face, okay? So that goes with this reading. You look much younger than your age. Just came out last reading, and that could be for me too. Thank you. But no, like, you have nothing to be afraid of, but I do think you're attracting attention. And that, like I said, that energy came through for this reading. Not for me. It's not for me. It's for you. This person likes how you look. This person, it could be an age gap situation, but you just need to know that you're very attractive to this person. But they do see you in a way that, I'm telling you, you would probably let them down. I'm sorry to tell you that. It's okay. Just move in energy. Your intuition already told you what to do. You look much younger than your age. It is spoken, it is written, and so it is. Amen.